James Melendez, James the Wine Guy. Stay tuned for a brief video review on these Pinot Noir or these Burgundy glasses. Stay tuned. So what we have before us are from three manufacturers. I'm sure all these are very familiar to most of you out there. We have the very well-known Riedel, and this is the Oregon Burgundy glass. Oregon Pinot Noir glass to be more specific. We have a very, pretty much I would say a mass market. This is called Prestige, and this is Schott Zweifel. And Schott Zweifel is, this is their pure collection. So they do have other formats as well. Now Riedel has distinguished themselves in terms of a varietal specific glass. In fact, they have a trademark on that. So you'll see on this packaging here is it says varietal specific with a restriction here. So which is kind of interesting because I think you could use this term without wanting to talk about a glass necessarily, but I do find that very fascinating. And it's also on the marketing material here. It says gives a cautionary note here, which is caution. This is a grape varietal specific wine tool. The shape works best with wines made from specific grapes. Please read the instructions below to guarantee maximum enjoyment. Okay, sure. That's fine. I'm not so sure that I break rules all the time, and I think it's an okay thing to do. It's about discovery, right? Because if you're out there tasting wines, I definitely actually share the Pinot Noir glass, the Burgundy glass, with Chardonnay, with Gamay, with other varieties, Barolo, and so forth, and Tempranillo, Rioja wines as well. I think that's a great way of talking about or thinking about wine. The full capabilities of having my own, say, Martha Stewart-esque room designated for only wine glasses. I wish I could, but I can't. So, I do know that Riedel does, a lot of variety glasses. So here's some of the packaging I received. And it goes through and talks about every single wine glass and the varieties that they're designed for. So it's pretty expansive. And in fact, it goes on the next page on the other side as well. So you'll see, there's a lot of wine glasses. And again, I personally cannot have all these wine glasses in my possession. I just don't have the space for it. And I'm not so sure I need a very specific glass for a very specific beverage. I think there's certain categories to have. And 4 shapes in my collection. I definitely have more of the Schott Zweifel glasses more than any other collection. Now I've had quite a few Riedel glasses in my time. I've broken through probably 90% of them in a very short period of time, say in about 18 months. So I switched over to pure, this glass format here, or this silhouette from Schott Zweifel. I do think this is a beautiful glass. It's gorgeous. It has a wonderful feel to it. It's heavier than this glass here. The shape is absolutely beautiful, gorgeous on both, I might add. This here is my least favorite glass. This is the Prestige, and I don't think it delivers the same aromatics and scent characteristics that these two wine glasses offer. It's mass market. I don't like the way that it's so open here. I like it a little closed and to allow for more of a swirl. I definitely feel on this that I could spill the contents. If this were a little higher, they would spill out of this pretty easily. So this might be a wine glass you have in terms of a larger collection, and maybe this is for your cocktail parties and you want to have a very inexpensive wine glass, because these are, this one being the most expensive, just break rather easily, including this one here, though I have had these, the Schott Zweifel Pure for quite a long time. Now, I definitely love the Riedel touch. It's absolutely beautiful, gorgeous. And but I did notice on the scent characteristics, they're very similar. Now this one gives I would say even a much more generous scent characteristic, but on this wine glass here, and we often think of scent as being that first item that if you're not smelling everything 100%, and so the scent action aids in how you're going to taste the wine. But I definitely tasted the wine, I think, in a fuller extent in this glass itself. Now this one is absolutely gorgeous on the scent characteristic, but on the flavor profile, I think it was lacking just a bit. I definitely like for the swirl action, it's beautiful, so is this one. They work really well. This one's actually not on a flat surface. There we go. So you get that beautiful swirl action. Now I did notice one thing, is that if I turn these on their side, and actually if I moved them and compared them one by one. I'll move that carefully so I don't spill everything onto the taping here. And let's see if I can just move this over just a bit. I'll move one over and then move this one so you can see that approximately, what I'm really trying to demonstrate for you is that the shot Zweisel has a wider surface. It depends on how much you pour, obviously. So the more you pour into this line up here, and trying to make it equivalent here on the Riedel glass, you're getting more surface area here. So that means more oxygen is going to flow to the wine and awaken the wine, and maybe awaken you in terms of the senses feedback that you're getting from this wine. This one does not do the same. I think there's some physics to this wine glass that don't allow for that. Now, I don't see this wine glass marketed as I once used to. It is on the Sommelier collection. You'll see this particular design. You'll see much more of the Riedel collection being designed like the Prestige glass. So I think it's a little tighter and a different characteristic altogether. I do like all these glasses. I'll probably stick with this shot Zweisel for the time being, and that's because it's just held up really well, and I think the flavor characteristics are much more pronounced and beautiful on this than I do get on this wine glass here. I'm keeping them both, and I just want to give you some compare and contrast. This I'm not going to give a point score to, but you know, it's fun to talk about this. It's a great subject matter because I don't often do that. So you know where to go for more wine reviews. Please go to jamesthewineguy.com, and if you'd be so kind, please give a like right here. Subscribe to my video channel right here on YouTube. I'd appreciate that very much. If you have questions, comments, list them right below. And thank you so much for watching. I'm on most social medias: Facebook, Twitter, Vimeo, Google+, Pinterest. Thank you so much. Salud.